Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mayhem here. I just want to make a quick video about a couple things. We'll talk about the Undertaker and Team Hell No versus the Shield last night. I thought that was awesome. The Undertaker is in there getting it done like the Undertaker can get it done. I hope he comes back and wrestles more and comes back and make it highly unlikely that he comes back to be like an every week competitor, but it'd be so sweet if he was. But thought that was a great match. Shield beating everybody must be leading to something a lot bigger, I think, but it was all right. It was a good match, though. Another thing I was going to talk about, Brock Lesnar. Oh, I wish he would come back full time. It would say something about him to go from being WWE champion, then going to the UFC and taking care of business there, and then coming back and being champion and wrestling again. I think that would be awesome. And his star power, he's going to draw. That'd be a smart move on WWE's part to, get him back on the road. I'm sure he's not hurting for any money or anything, but it'd just be like the competition side of it for him. And maybe he's too big of a prick to do it, and he just wants to do the random TV appearances, which is fine. We'll still get to see him and stuff, but I think it'd be a lot better if he made back a full-time run at it and, went after the belt. About The Rock now. I think The Rock pussed out after WrestleMania. I've had an adductor muscle problem when I was in high school, and it's not that serious. I missed like 2 weeks, and I was back. It wasn't no big deal. I think he's just being a bitch. But there goes the possibility of him making a full-time return and retiring from the movie business. But I think he might have just burned a bridge there because from everything I've saw about it, he just bailed and didn't even say anything to anybody. And then all of a sudden they find out that he's not going to be there, and it's like panic mode because he's going to set up the Brock and Rock for next year's WrestleMania, which would be sweet. And it still might happen and all. Maybe Rock's not being such a pussy. I don't know. Maybe it really is a serious injury. I know I had a problem like that years ago, and it really wasn't that serious for me. But who am I to question someone's toughness, That's all the wrestling stuff I'm going to talk about on this quick little vid. But now I'm going to get into UFC this Saturday night. I'm just going to do some predictions here on who I think is going to win. A couple matches. I'm not going to go over all of them because there's some of these guys I honestly have no idea who they are. A couple prelim fights here. Leonard Garcia versus Cody McKenzie. I remember Cody McKenzie from The Ultimate Fighter. I was not overly impressed with him. So I'm going to have to go with Leonard Garcia in this one just because he's the battle-tested veteran and been in some great fights over the years. There's a woman's fight. Sarah McCann versus Sheila Gaff. I'll have to go with McCann on that one. She's undefeated, and she's looked pretty good in all of her fights, and I don't know much about the other person. Now, we'll get into just randoms. We'll do the main card ones now because I know who all these guys are. Jim Miller versus Pat Healy. I love the way Jim Miller fights. He has balls to the wall the whole time. And I will pick Jim Miller in this fight, and he's going to make a run back to the #1 contender spot and get a shot at the title. Next fight is Phil Davis versus Vinny Magala. I can't even say his last name. He's from The Ultimate Fighter. Phil Davis has one loss on his record, and this is Sugar Rashad. I think Phil Davis gets this done, but if this fight goes to the ground, Vinny has the advantage with his pretty sweet jiu-jitsu set. If this fight stays standing, Phil Davis knocks him out within 2 rounds. My prediction. Next fight, big man, big country, Roy Nelson versus Czech. Why is he still in the UFC Congo? Go, Roy. Whoop this guy's ass. Let's get rid of him once and for all. I don't know why he's still in the UFC. He hasn't won a fight of any relevance in 5 years. It's time for Czech to go bye-bye. Co-main event, Michael, I'm a bitch boy Bisping versus Alan the Talent Belcher. Oh, I hope Alan Belcher just beats the brakes off Michael Bisping. I can't stand that cocky little prick. My favorite Bisping memory is when Dan Henderson knocked his ass out there a couple years ago after they was coaches on the Ultimate Fighter. That was awesome. So go Belcher. Bisping, get rid of his ass. I'm tired of him. Main event time. UFC light heavyweight title. We got John Jones versus Chael Sonnen. My fandom wants me to say that Chael Sonnen's going to win this fight because I like Chael Sonnen. I like the way he plays the bad guy. I think he'd be like a better heel than CM Punk ever dreamed of being in pro wrestling, which I hope that's not like been ruled out for him, once his fight career is over. Because, he's still in his mid-30s, he's still in great shape and everything. He could make a run in pro wrestling, I think. I think he'd get down and be one of the best heels that ever was. But I don't know if he can get it done against John Jones. We've all seen what John Jones can do. Dude's a certified badass, but you never know. Everybody's got a puncher's chance. Chael Sonnen did take it to Anderson Silva for 4.5 rounds and then get caught in a stupid submission and get beat. But then the next time they fought, Silva kicked the shit out of him. But I'll go with Jones on this one just because of the fact he's the defending champion. And Chael has to beat him. John doesn't have to beat him. John doesn't have to beat Chael. Chael has to beat John. And then if Chael loses this fight, this is probably the last chance he'll get at the UFC title. What would be next for him after this? I have no idea. Maybe that pro wrestling run. That could be awesome. But that's all I got for now. I was sitting around bored. Figured I'd make a little video about some things. And nobody ever watches any of my videos anyways. It's kind of a waste of time. But I'll throw it out there anyways. You can follow me on Twitter at Heel, Heel, Rubowski, ROOBOWSKI. I like using my Twitter account more and more. Facebook's become kind of stale and stagnant to me. But I'm on there as Andrew McIntyre. Shout outs, I guess. I'll shout out to the little bro, Thrash Maniac. Fort Minor Project. What's up, brother? Wrestling for Life 811. Tommy. Always. Austin, I don't even know what his freaking YouTube name is. Oh, Eminem Howard 12. What's up, buddy? Good luck with the baseball. That's all I got for now.